The rugby league community again embraced Beanie for Brain Cancer Round. And we wanted to give you an insight into just how much your support has helped others and introduce you to the Bates family. In February last year, their lives changed forever, and the Mark Hughes Foundation have been there every step of the way.
I was 20 and Andrew was 24. We went on our first real date to Australia's Wonderland at the time, which was a big theme park. We're both crazy theme park people. And that's when he wore his North Sydney Bears jersey, tucked in with his jeans. And we had a great day on the rides that day. And
it's great.
Yeah. We've been married 23 years. We've been very blessed with two healthy, beautiful children. We've had a lovely life together so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plenty more to go.
Yeah.
I had a touch football comp at Port Macquarie, and we were on our way home, and Dad was driving then. But when we were up there, that was the first signs, like there was things that he was doing that weren't normal.
I was at work, and at the time, I was starting to feel a bit crook, and something wasn't really right on the particular day that I first went to the hospital. And
you know, I looked at him and I said to the doctor, "That's not my husband. He doesn't act like that. He doesn't speak like that, and he doesn't look like that." He was very slow in his movements. They tested him for stroke and all sorts of cognitive tests. And then the doctor came in about 8 o'clock that night, pulled the curtains around and said, "You've got a mass on your brain." And we were like, "What?" Like, just total shock.
And I remember I come home that night and I knew something was up, but Mum wasn't really saying anything. Kept texting Mum frantically saying, "What's going on? Like, is he okay?" And I ended up getting a phone call from both Mum and Dad, probably about 10 o'clock, so a few hours later. And Mum just told me what was going on, and I was obviously quite shattered.
Andrew's diagnosis is one of the worst. It's a GBM. So the prognosis isn't good. How long, we don't know. That's the scary thing.
So that all sounds good. I will see you guys this afternoon at Dr. Getty's appointment, and we'll check your blood test and we'll take it from there and decide what to do with your chemo.
okay, sounds good.
Sandy.
So my role, I'm the Brain Cancer Care Coordinator. I care for patients as soon as they've been diagnosed with a tumour. So as soon as they come into emergency or onto the ward at John Hunter Hospital, and they've been told that there's been a tumour found on the scan, I go and meet them straight away, them and their family, and they're for them from day one, throughout their treatment, throughout palliative care, and really to end of life. So I'm there throughout their illness trajectory.
It's hard to imagine, I guess, going through this without Sandy being there and the help that Sandy provided.
She was there with us from day dot, and I honestly don't know how I would have got through that time, because she just knew how to keep me strong and how to give me hope and faith that everything was going to be okay.
And when's your next scan? Do you know when your next, is it?
It must be about 2 months away.
2 months,
I think yeah.
There's been multiple times when, you know, Dad's had, you know, a seizure or something go wrong with him late at night, and we're obviously, we don't know what to do, and having that support from Sandy, the fact that Mum can give her a call at whenever's needed, just so she can pretty much tell us what to do, how to go about things. We wouldn't be able to do it without them.
You know, families like Lyndall and Andrew, they need a cure because they're living there every day with the unknown.
He's at the moment getting past the, you know, nearly to the past of the prognosis where he shouldn't be here anymore. So we're keeping him here and still, and we're very thankful for that we've got time. All we need is, you know, we just need more research to be done so that they can find a cure, or at the very least find treatment that is going to keep him here longer. So that's, you know, what we're hoping for at the moment.
That's the plan, isn't it?
Yeah, we need him to see his grandkids and walk his daughter down the aisle, and we need him to be here for all those milestones because he deserves it.
He's just an awesome person. We couldn't get through life without him.
We've had him since day one, so
Yeah,
hard
we
to-
just love him so much.
yeah.
They have the inner strength that none of us have. Until you're given that diagnosis, you don't realise how strong you actually are. And Andrew and Lyndall are a wonderful testament to that, of living life and doing what you can and making every moment like it's your last, because unfortunately this disease, it can be your last, and that's what we need to stop. This shouldn't be happening to people like Lyndall and Andrew.
Wow, the Bates family, Lyndall and Andrew, just doing a phenomenal job in a life-threatening situation and keeping that family together. And Sandy, for their nurse, just one of a kind. Lara,
Yeah.
what would they do without her support?
Absolutely. Mark Hughes Foundation, they fund Sandy's role as the brain care coordinator. There's only one of her out there, and they're using her role as a research project to show the government that we need more brain care specialists and to help families through this awful, awful time. Obviously, all the money that has been raised will be going towards research and ultimately finding a cure, which is so important. And everyone out there deserves a big congratulations, because $2.7 million has been raised, and let's aim for $3 million. There's still beanies for sale. There's still Newcastle Knights, I believe, are auctioning all their jerseys from the weekend. So plenty of ways to still get involved. We saw so much support from everyone in the game, across the game all weekend.
I was sidelined at the Panthers-Dragons game Saturday night, match of the round, and all I could see was a sea of beanies. It was so great to see the NRL, our NRL family rally around the Mark Hughes Foundation. Like, we know we would, but it's just a beautiful testament.
It's so powerful and positive, isn't it? A great reminder that when we put our arms around each other, we can do great things. And hats off to Sandy, she's unbelievable. We need more men and women like her looking after our communities. And I think having Mark Hughes on the show last week really drove that home for me, that this is everywhere, and that once you're aware of it, these stories are popping up all over the place. So whatever we can do to throw our support behind it, get to $3 million, I think that would be absolutely incredible. So we urge everyone to get involved. If you haven't already donated or buy a beanie, please head to the website and do so.
It was really profound and very powerful to see exactly where that money goes.
Yeah.
And you can see how desperately needed it's for people like the Bates family.
Yeah, and I think the Bates family, they want hope for people, because they know the prognosis at the moment isn't good, and if the research can be extended and we can get closer, we can double the survival rate. Any small step is obviously a big one in brain cancer at the moment.